Hey, Mark here. I have a really cool giveaway for you. I have 5 digital copies of the 2025 film Roofman up for grabs. And if you'd like to win a copy, just shoot me a message and be like, hey, Mark, Channing Tatum does amazing work in this film. And Kirsten Dunst has an incredibly deep filmography, and she rules. So yeah, let me know if you want to win it. I'll put your name into the drawing. A heartfelt caper with a twist of romance, Roofman starring Channing Tatum and Kirsten Dunst is now available on digital. Hello, and wake me up inside. Wake me up inside. Hey, man.
I don't know the lyrics. I'm sorry. That's all I got.
Welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I listened to that song about 7,000 times back in the early 2000s, and I still listen to it every now and again. I've never done it for karaoke, but I think it'd be pretty fun. I wouldn't do the singing. I do like the screamo stuff.
Absolutely. You have to do
I would
that.
just bounce around in the background.
You know what? Call me up. I'll do the random rapping in the background for you.
The problem is, you gotta like let yourself go to pull off
You have to
that song.
wake yourself up inside
Yeah.
to
You kind of also
really.
have to shut yourself down though, because you have to also, not only do you have to wake up inside, but you kind of have to like shut down and not think and just enjoy yourself. Because
Absolutely.
like I remember going to karaoke back in the day, people take it real seriously. Hey man, like I know you have Three Doors Down. I love Kryptonite too, but you're putting like, do what you gotta do, right? Like
Yeah.
people enjoy it. But like for
Absolutely.
me, maybe I just have a terrible voice. And so I
It's
for
not about the talent. Like everyone that I
just
go to
have fun.
karaoke with, they're yeah, exactly. They're like, I can't go with you. You sing too well. I was like, look, it's not about performing for anyone else except yourself. Like there could be it could be you alone in the bar, and you're gonna get up there and sing because you're gonna have fun. That's all that is to karaoke. But speaking of waking yourself up and then shutting yourself down, let's talk about the movie that
Jeez. Okay.
we you kind of have to do both of those two to experience, but not kind of hate yourself during.
So this is maybe one of my most favorite recent podcast series because we've done X-Men Origins Wolverine,
That was
and
fun.
then we did Joker Folie à Deux,
Oh
and now
yeah.
we are on to Daredevil. And
Oh
basically what we're
gosh.
doing is covering comic book adaptations with Rotten Tomato scores. And what's interesting about this one is it's very much like X-Men Origins. When I think about these movies, I like them a lot. And then I watch
Mhm.
them and I go, "Oh no."
And
Um
that's like it's funny, like you look just on the outside perspective, like if you're at back in the day, Blockbuster's still around, you're like, oh, Daredevil, you pick it up, you look at it as Ben Affleck, Jennifer Garner, Michael Clarke Duncan. I had forgotten that Pantoliano is in it as Ben Urich. You've got John Favreau, like, and Colin Farrell, like
Kevin
what
Smith.
Kevin Smith, what a cast.
Mm-hmm.
Like honestly, there is it's one of those kind of things that like this should not have failed as hard as it did with the amount of star power going into it. But like watching it, so when I watched it, and I told you before we started, I was like, oh Mark, that hurt. I haven't I haven't watched this in so long. And Daredevil is also one of my absolute favorite superheroes, not just like Marvel, like going across. Like I just love Daredevil since from when I read the Frank Miller, John Romita Jr. Man Without Fear miniseries, which this was partially based on back in the day. Daredevil became top tier. I love him. I love him, and a lot of his series now are still going strong and they're awesome. They actually, I'll get back on track because when you get me on comics, it's gonna take a little bit of a tangent. They're doing the old man Logan treatment with Matt right now. They're doing an old man Matt. It's called Daredevil Cold Day in Hell, where he's an older gentleman. He lost his powers and then something happened and they all came back and he's trying to make the most of it and just wreck shop, and it's awesome. So but I remember being so excited for this movie, just like Wolverine Origins and everything else, and being so let down with
Yeah.
things going on because they tried to like when I watched it, I didn't realize number one just how fast the movie was. Like they just bam, bam,
Ooh,
bam, bam,
yeah,
bam. They're
yeah.
going around. It's just like they don't take beats, they don't give around. I think they're just really well, and I know the looking into like the director's cut and everything, there was supposed to be an additional
Which
30
I
minutes onto
watched
this cutting
and I
down.
listened to the commentary. I did a lot of work. I listened to the
Yeah.
Dinner for Five episode with the
Oh,
cast, the
yeah,
old
you
show
showed
from
me
Jon
about that.
Favreau.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
you do a lot into this, but it didn't give enough time to put the beats in, kind of like X-Men Last Stand or anything else that suffers from putting way too much story into it and trying to fit this stuff in. Like, what is it? They wanted to do the origin story, they wanted to introduce Elektra, they wanted to do Kingpin, they wanted to do Bullseye, and like that's just too much, man. That
Mhm.
is too much for the amount of time that they had. And so it just completely rushed through everything and didn't give enough weight for things. The other
Hey
thing
Nathan,
that,
real quick, with the mic right there when you're messing with your hair.
oh, is it picking up a whole lot?
Yeah, I'm getting a
Oh,
like so just yeah. There we go. Cool.
I don't know what to do with my hands. But yeah, it just like rushed through everything and didn't give enough weight to things. If anything, my favorite part of the movie was no, nope,
Kingpin.
nope.
Oh
I
man, I
enjoyed
love Colin Farrell in this movie. He's unhinged. Like he's just it's
he's
so
absolutely unhinged, which
yeah.
yeah, which is good. It was a fun performance, but also like knowing Bullseye, like Bullseye's not a great fighter. He'll hold his own. He gets into Matt's head. That's his like strong game, is he the history that there is with Bullseye and Matt is what kind of offsets or messes up Daredevil, because he's just a psychological, just gets in your head, knows his weaknesses, knows everything to use against him, and that's really what does it. And like it was fun going through, but no, my favorite was when the guy got off at the very beginning of the movie, the rapist got off, and Matt just, vengeance will find you. Like, honestly, they tried to make Marvel Batman with Daredevil. I really think they tried with everything going into it, which is funny because then Affleck went on to play Batman, but just like the justice and everything else going on, and but
Killing
when you
people.
yeah, exactly.
Batman
Which,
kills people,
ooh,
Daredevil kills people.
I don't think so.
We need to do
Ooh,
something real quick. I'm
let's do it.
interrupting you. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
He doesn't kill Kingpin. Kingpin knows
No.
who he is.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so if I'm Daredevil, I'm just going
Yes.
to listen. I've killed a lot of people. This dude is one of the most powerful people on the planet. He can hire people at will. He'll be out of jail in 6 minutes. No
Yeah.
one I ever love will be safe. I'm gonna kill him. Like it's because it's like no
But
Kingpin.
Mark, he's not the bad guy. Like,
but the problem is, it's like okay, you're a superhero. You are
yes.
called the Clean Bandit.
Yes.
All right, you leave no trace when you're
How
around.
did you know my alter
Yeah.
ego?
You're a total bandit. You're
Yeah.
clean. Everything you do is clean. Like there's no mess.
Yes.
So like even when you explode people with rocket launchers, people come
Yes.
back and like, where is it?
It's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
You're clean bandit.
Yes.
You've been murdering people
Molecular manipulation. I just hide
for
it really well.
decades.
Yeah.
Just like where'd they go?
I Dr. Manhattan you. That's all
Yeah, just,
that happens. We're mixing all the
like
genres
you're too
right now.
powerful. You just have a lot of spray bottles.
That, you know what? Yeah, I'm bald. I'm bald. I have just white shirt on, white pants.
You're Mr. Clean.
But no, I have full beard because I can't break copyright. So
Got it.
there's
Yeah,
there's at
yeah.
least a little. I don't have the earring.
You have a mohawk.
I don't use a mop. Who uses a mop anymore?
Yeah, it's true.
I have
So
a squeegee. I have a squeegee.
you have like off-white. You're wearing like pearl.
It's cream. It's
Yeah,
cream.
cream. There we go.
It's cream.
You're wearing
Yeah.
cream. You have some people left on the field when it comes to your hair.
Yeah.
Like, like you have some
I'm
spectators.
still
up
hanging
there.
on to the hairline. I'm not quite.
Yeah. You have a teardrop tattoo on your eye. We're not getting sued.
No, not at all.
Right.
That was a mistake that was a dare. When
You
I
have
was
a plunger on your forearm.
Oh yeah, I like that. That was intentional.
Just you're the clean bandit. You're a
Right,
rascal.
where are we going with this? I think we've gone.
You've killed people for decades, right?
Yes.
You come across me,
Yeah.
Mr. Really Big.
Yeah.
That's my name, Mr. Really Big.
Yeah.
And you're like, man.
And it can't be Mr. Big because then we got copyrights there.
We'll get sued. So
yeah,
like
we'll
Mr.
do that. So
Really
it has
Big.
to be Mr. Really Big. Exactly.
Yeah.
I got you.
So we're just working around everything right now. Everything's going to remind someone of something else. That's what
exactly.
this movie's going to be.
Yes,
Wade
absolutely.
Wilson, Slade Wilson, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So you've killed everybody. You've killed just, hey, you took 3 pennies out of that thing and didn't replace anything. Just murder.
It says take a penny, give a penny. Or no, what was it? Have a penny, give a penny.
Yeah.
Need a penny, take 3. A penny. You didn't leave any pennies.
You come across Mr. Really Big, and I'm like, listen, I'm gonna kill everyone you know. I'm gonna kill your family. I'm gonna kill your friends. I'm gonna whoever cuts your hair, I'm gonna kill. Whoever you send your bills to, I'm gonna blow their building up.
That's fine.
Listen, anything that you've had correspondence, all of your MySpace friends, like I'm gonna blow everybody up that they're gone.
Gotcha.
And then you're like, after decades of murder, people are like, I'm turning over a new leaf, Mr. Breaking Bad.
Are my Vine followers safe?
No, no.
Oh, it's on then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all of them are gone.
absolutely.
All of them are
So
gone.
oh,
Like, I'm gonna do like a TikTok. Like, since I'm Mr. Really Big, I'm gonna send out like the ring, and I'm just gonna kill everyone.
there you.
I
Uh-oh.
the people he knows probably saw this,
Yeah.
so just I'm blanketing everything. Just done. Like, you know what? Your cat was named Fluffy. I'm gonna find every cat named Fluffy, and I'm gonna kill it. Like,
Oh, that's
I go on for 20 minutes, and
yeah.
then you go, I'm turning over a new leaf. You're gonna
I
live.
don't kill people anymore.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll be out of prison in like 3 minutes. It's on. And you're like, yeah, no one will believe you. I don't care if people don't believe me. I will hire every assassin known to man to come get you.
Yeah.
Like, so I think when you reach a point, it's kind of like, I'm above that now. It's like, you're going
And
to
I
be a
had
lot less effective as a crime fighter. I
and
get it.
I had completely forgotten that he just let that dude get hit by the C train. And that was one of the things that again I forgot and I saw it again and I was like,
That's not
ooh, major
heaven.
problem for me. Like that's like Matt is so like in the comics especially, and even in the Daredevil series that came out, which is fucking phenomenal with Charlie Cox. Like he is so motivated by the law and justice and everything else and having the law take its course, and he to an extent takes it into his own hands, but he's not going to be judge, jury, and especially not executioner. And so that when that happened, I was just like, I forgot about that. That kind of hit, and I was like, okay, that's one of my major problems with it. Because he does like he will beat the ever living crap out of you. He will rack up hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical bills, same as Batman. But like that's kind of where they draw the line with stuff, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
so when I saw that right away, I was just like, oh, that's not to hashtag not my Daredevil, but hashtag not my Daredevil.
And like, just let him. Even Avi Arad was like, why didn't you just like have him shoot at you when like he trips and falls and you before you can save him, he dies? Like, why? Because he was like playing with him a little bit. So Daredevil
Yeah,
learns, hey, maybe I shouldn't play with my food. I should just get them
yeah,
arrested.
yeah,
But like, yeah, he murders him. He murders
yeah.
a dude.
Oh yeah, straight up.
And just straight up. And like he tries to kill Bullseye. He's like, peace, deuces. And then, but
Mm-hmm.
then Kingpin, a guy who can destroy everything, who hired the guy to kill the guy of the girl you fell in love with,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
just I'm just back. I'm gonna do it one more time, and just done. And
Yeah.
then go find Wesley maybe. Like clean. I those movies like there's a movie where Nathan, you're like a worldwide criminal, one of the worst criminals ever, but there's a big world threat, and I'm an FBI agent. I break you out of prison. You keep doing illegal stuff, and I'm like, we got to pull the plug. We got to pull the plug. It's like, what did you expect? You
Yeah.
broke out like the clean bandit. He's gonna kill
Yeah.
people. Like
Exactly. Yeah.
you've
That's my
gone this
MO.
far. Like I don't.
Exactly.
So I guess with comics, it's especially since he kills. So if he had never killed, he could be like, oh man, I want to kill you. Just,
Or if it was
oh.
something in the origin, which like there were certain parts in the origin too, like the chemicals in the eye, all that. Yeah, that happens, but there's so much more weight. In the movie, he was upset with dad and ran away, and the
The,
runaway forklift splashed it in his
I
eyes.
hate that. Yeah.
I was just like, okay, it was an accident. It happened, and maybe if he wasn't there and he still learned the lesson and everything else, and blah blah blah. But like in the books and in the series and everything else, like he went to save a guy's life that was gonna, cross traffic, do everything, and it made that truck swerve. And so he already had that heroic instinct in him
Oh,
from early on. So if it like it's one thing is it's like, oh, my dad's a bad person. I don't want to turn into my dad. And then the people kill my dad, and so that's my sense of vengeance for that. But it's just not the same, and it's something small, and some people will be like, well, but like it's a big thing if unintentionally sacrifice your sight to save someone else, as opposed to you sacrifice your sight because
your
you
dad's
wanted to show
lied to
your
you,
dad your report card.
and a
um
forklift got you
yeah.
perfect timing.
Yeah, and then the other thing that like I get why they did it, but like again, it's how you go about it. That he went into like, oh, all my senses were enhanced and all this stuff. They focused probably about 92% of the time just on his hearing. And again, I get why they did it, but like and again, different mediums going through. But if you just take the time to do it, like we saw with the Daredevil with the Netflix series, like there are little things like when he's tracking people, he can smell their perfume, which they did a little bit with Elektra. That he,
Yeah,
the what was it, the jasmine oil or whatever the hell it was.
rose oil.
Oh, rose oil.
That's
Yeah.
that's not even that impressive. When there's rose oil around, I'm like, oh gosh,
That's how
Who
he could find. That's how he could find her.
who did this?
Just
How'd you
exactly.
know?
He was fought.
Um, like I have great smell.
Yeah.
And everyone
No one
around is
else would
going,
ever put this on. Yeah,
you know.
exactly. But like there are things like he could like feel tire tracks and be able to do that, or he could like
It went that
taste
way.
blood in the air, or like anything like that to like get all these things. And it really like makes him that more formidable as opposed to just bang, I'm gonna hit this thing and take you out. That was something else that like I get why they just focused on the hearing because it was the easiest thing to kind of get across and explain with the my sonar sense. It's like, yeah, it's a sonar, but it's everything else. It's the other four senses, not just the one that's doing all the work here.
The
But
director says it though, Nathan, that he added way too much into this film.
I did see
And
that when I was looking through that he made that comment of
like
I overdid it.
and like listen to the commentary too. Here's the thing. It's 2003. Comic books, we had X-Men, Spider-Man, Blade.
Hmm.
All, like Spider-Man had some time to it, but I mean, Sam Raimi was so established at the
Oh
time.
yeah.
And so comic books were in a weird phase because they couldn't be comic book movies yet. Like
Hmm.
X-Men, they had the leather. It's
Yeah,
just so
of
like
course.
like they couldn't be comic booky yet.
Hmm.
And so this one, I think like he wanted to make a really comic booky film, but then they argued about the suit. It couldn't be red. What was the suit? Who's this? Who's that? Who's in this? Who's in that? And then like we have a blind superhero. We're really making a movie about a blind superhero. Like people really backed. But the problem is he wrote a huge script. And he's a
Hmm.
second time director. He directed Simon Birch. He had written some stuff before that.
I saw, yeah, the grumpy old men, grumpier
Yeah,
old men.
yeah, yeah.
And when I saw that stuff, I was like, so why was this guy
Yeah,
the
and
choice for this, like, really supposed trying to be gritty, dark superhero?
he
Because, like,
loved Daredevil.
hmm.
The guy knew him. But the problem was, listen, if it's '03 and you turn in like a 2.5 hour Daredevil film to the studio, they're gonna laugh. They're gonna laugh in
Hmm.
your face. And so the problem is he's one that like when they released the director's cut, everyone's like, oh, it's so much better. It's so much better.
Hmm.
But part of me is like, maybe you should have written a tight 90.
There are
Because
lots of things that could have been phased out that didn't need to be in there. And
exactly.
even looking at, like you said, there's X-Men, there's Blade, there's Spider-Man. They had one villain that they clearly established pretty good. You had Deacon Frost, you had Magneto, you had Green Goblin, and they took the time to go through and do their motivations and everything
Yeah.
else. And I think that they really banked on people going into it and hoping that they had prior knowledge or just went with it for what it was. Because even Kingpin, like they showed him as off as being this, I'm the big guy and I have
Yeah.
all this influence and everything, but they didn't really do a whole lot. Like Michael Clarke Duncan didn't have a whole lot of dialogue. Like it was just he's the bad guy, he's a big guy, he has influence, and if he gives you a rose, then they're in trouble. And those were the big things. I thought they did the origin well with Battle and Jack and everything else. I thought that was really well, but it was they needed to choose one, two, three things. Could have cut out if they had just let it be Kingpin and Matt going through and finding that all these different people connecting the dots for this Kingpin. You could have kept Bullseye in it. That would have been fine going through. You if you had just taken out the whole Elektra and her father and everything and just focused on Daredevil Bullseye going off after Matt Murdock and Foggy because they maybe got someone off that shouldn't have or found something, with working with Ben Urich or whatever. I could have given so much more time. We didn't need a love story. Like, you
But they
know,
did. They
uh,
had to delete everything. They had to edit down everything for the love story. So
really?
yeah, so Jennifer
Uh,
Garner, she pops in this movie. And
oh
honestly,
yeah.
she, in like she looks great.
Hmm.
Most of the posters were built around her in that pose. I feel like every movie in the 2000s that was a superhero film with a female that's like it's like a butt shot. All the dudes are looking at the camera, but the
Oh,
lady
dude,
has to be turned
even
around.
yeah,
GI Joe and all those movies.
even comic book covers do the
Yeah,
same thing. They're all
just
doing there and they're just doing it. And there's
why?
there are artists that will do the switcheroo where the Black Widow's in the front and Thor's got his butt cheeks out and everything, and it's hilarious when it goes
But
through. But sex sells.
yeah, they had to
But no.
get rid of everything. They had to get rid of the Coolio case because everyone just kept going. So Coolio is a guy who's innocent, blamed for murder,
Hmm.
and in the director's cut, that first night in the rain, instead of
Hmm.
letting people die, he leaves her to go save somebody. And there's also scenes with him in his waterbed where he hears somebody dying. He's just hearing everything, but he
Hmm.
can't save everyone all the time, and it's pretty
Yeah.
good. But the problem is when you have when you shot 8 different movies, studios like we like this one and this one, cut it. And
Hmm.
this guy made Simon Birch. He didn't have cash in the bank to
Yeah.
kind of be like,
Didn't
no.
have the clout to fight for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he makes this film. He writes this huge script, 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's not playing. And so
Hmm.
I think there's a fundamental issue with this film where the guy loved Daredevil. He had been pursuing it for years. He was going to just write the script before he was going to direct it. But I think he was just like, I'm going to add everything. Like, I'm
And
going to do
I
everything.
can get that. Yeah, as a Daredevil fan too, like you want to hit those big things. As an X-Men fan, you want to hit Magneto, you want to hit the Hellfire Club, you want to hit Phoenix, you want to hit like all these big things. But if you put too much in it, X-Men Last Stand, you can't, because they try to do the cure for
Oh,
that. When they try
everything.
to do
Yeah.
Phoenix, they had to try to do all these things. I'm like, it's just focus on one, give the attention that that one thing needs, make sure and do that good. And then if it's a success, you can open it up to the other things you wanted to do in the movie and do another sequel. But like, oh my God, so many
And this one
times they
has some
just overdo it.
it has some cop outs too. Like Bullseye's not dead. Kingpin's not dead. Elektra's still around.
Yeah.
So everything that happens is kind of pointless to
Yeah.
it. But the problem is there's some very wonky CGI, VFX. But I don't know. This movie has a personality to it, which keeps me kind of charmed. And remember at the end of Deadpool Wolverine when they did that thing for the old school Marvel movies
Hmm.
where, Fantastic Four, and I don't think any of them actually got the comic books, but they have a personality to it, like the playground fight in this. I don't know what it is. I don't know why Matt's grabbing her arm. I don't know why they're fighting on a playground. Uh, I, uh, I don't know why Kingpin has a water office. What he has a water office.
I'll tell you the problem I had with the playground fight, because that's something from the very beginning when I first watched it. I was just like, which when I was younger and I first watched it, I was like, that was cheesy. That was kind of dumb, blah blah blah. Now, as I like have expanded my Daredevil lore of just like comics and everything else, which I yes, it shouldn't always be about the comic books, but there is like anytime there's a movie made based on a comic or a book or anything else, like there is already pre-established history and things that I feel like have to kind of come across or at least be taken into consideration. And Matt having this, he's blind. He has to pretend every single day that they can't see, going through all these things, that he kind of takes a little bit of that sympathy from people and using it to his advantage. And in this movie, he does so many things to just like make everyone believe that this guy is not blind. Like, it's like,
There's this deleted scene where he drives a car.
oh my God. Now, I will say, in the Man Without Fear miniseries, he does drive a car to try to like track down someone, but he's like hitting everything possible, going through doing these things. So he's very much like not trying to play it off like I can do this. He's just like essentially trying to find this girl that someone took in a cop car and is going away. He's like, please let me just find her, let me find her. And he's like trying to use his radar sense and going through and all these things. So I would be happier watching him try to drive a car than that playground fight, because like you're showing all these kids and even adults and
Fight,
teachers and
fight,
everything else
fight.
around that it's like this guy, there's no way this guy's blind.
Yeah.
There's absolutely, it's not happening. And he takes so much care to protect and kind of separate the Daredevil identity from Matt Murdock and the law office and everything else in the books and even in the series that they did, that threw me big time when I
It
watched it again.
I guess when you have when you have an alter ego, you're a superhero, you have an alter ego, you can't let people know you're a superhero. There's an inherent lying that goes
Yeah.
on with being you just have to lie if you're a
Oh yeah.
superhero. But I feel like what he does goes a little bit beyond lying. Because it's one thing being like, I'm Bruce Wayne, but then you're Batman at night.
Hmm.
He's just walking around kind of pretending to he is blind, but he can see better than anybody else.
Hmm.
And then he's like playing women for that. He's getting women's attention with that. It's it's kind of it's kind of it's kind of shady. I don't know. It's because he knows he can see for them, like
Hmm.
with all of his special powers with his senses, he can't see, quote unquote see. But
Yeah.
yeah, but then he's kind of using it, and you're just I don't know. But like the director's cut has more with him in it where he's not like that. But
Hmm.
I do think you're watching this movie and you're like, man, he's straight up lying to Elektra. And he brings her up on the roof to see her face. Like he's done that so many times
Oh,
to
absolutely.
people.
Yeah.
And like it's just an odd. we just spend no time with this guy. So he's murdering people, he's losing court cases. He meets a Electra in one night, and they're like, we're in love.
Mhm.
And then someone dies, she gets pissed, and he's like, I'm done with this. Like, you're
Yeah.
like, what? And it's just a very odd, rushed film, but also
Mhm.
it moves so fast that you're just, when it's over, you're like, all right, that was cool. Like, I remember when it was over, I went, yeah, like I like Michael Clarke Duncan. You know, Colin Farrell murders a woman with a peanut. Like, there's some there's some weirdness to it. So
Mhm.
it's one of these films where I can't say that it's successfully made, but there's a lot to enjoy, I think. And it moves so fast and it makes so little sense. And there's so many people popping up. Joey Pants doesn't really even have a role in this. Kingpin barely has a role. I didn't
Mhm.
know who any of these people were, by the way, when I was watching the movie back in '03. But it's just a very odd, and no wonder it didn't get a sequel because it's just rushed everything. But
Mhm.
I don't know. But I still like it. I don't dislike it. I have more positive feelings towards this film than negative. And I
I
think,
feel I think it falls directly into the category of Wolverine Origins and X-Men
yeah,
Last Stand and all the things that you just have. So, and I know I've said it in previous episodes that like enough time goes by and it kind of you think about it again and you're like, maybe this time it'll, it's got potential. Maybe I'll like it this time. And you fool yourself into watching it again, and you feel the same spiral, and it's a cyclical effect. You almost think that you're like a masochist, just like wanting to
yeah,
wanting to hurt
dude.
yourself so badly
Oh man.
every single time that you watch it. And you go again, and you're like, Bullseye pulls this thing off and he has a bullseye scarred or tattooed into his head. And I was like, sure, if you're, wanting to be laying under the radar assassin, why not put your calling card on your forehead? Why not? There's no way they could find you with that piece of information there. And again, I know why it was in there because the director was a fan, and there's a very key storyline where Matt just loses it on Kingpin and Bullseye and everyone else, and he carves that into Lester's forehead for just like torturing his ass. So like again, I get why it was there, but if there's no explanation why it's there and it's just in there to be there, you're just like, huh, that was certainly a choice.
Man, I've been X-Men The Last Standard so many times. So I'm like, you know what? There's a lot to like about this movie. And then I watch it and
Yeah.
I go, oh no.
Instead of the
Oh
last
no.
straw, this is
Yeah.
the last straw. This is the last stand.
But
That's a good, yeah.
you know what's interesting? Where X-Men Origins Wolverine, we explained how it went bad.
Hmm.
X-Men The Last Stand, there's a lot to explain how it went bad. And
Oh
with
yeah.
Daredevil, I think it was a younger director who loved it too much. His script was way too ambitious, and then they hacked it back.
Hmm.
That's pretty much all it was. And so, but I mean, if you think about at the time of superhero movies, at this time, you had what? Mary Jane and Peter Parker, they had their romance. I think by this
Hmm.
point, Wolverine showed an interest in Jean Grey. In
Hmm.
Blade, he had the doctor with him the whole time. Like I
Yeah,
think
there
they're
was
like,
the implied romance that may or may
yeah,
not. And
it's like we need a love interest. If
yeah.
you making a movie, we need a love interest. All right, okay. Even if you think about Batman, um, Batman Returns, Batman
Oh yeah,
Forever,
you had
Batman and
Vicky
Robin.
Vale, you had Selena Kyle,
There's
you had
always
Dr. Chase Monroe.
I
Oh
love her.
yeah.
Man, Dr. Chase Rose, she just wanted Batman
Oh yeah.
so bad.
Hey, that was a professional curiosity, Mark,
Oh, I
okay?
love it. I love it
Don't
so
cross
much.
those lines.
So they were just kind of thinking, yeah, we need the romance in
Yeah.
this. And it's kind of weird too because people just pop up at random times in this movie. But I want to talk about something with you. I did a lot of work on something, and I want you to hear it.
Bring
You
it on.
ready? Okay.
Bring it on. Wake me
So
up inside.
I wrote this a while ago, but I wanted to share this with you because I just remembered it today.
Okay.
This is what happens to me. I wrote this 7 years ago,
Oh my.
right?
Okay.
But so I was watching Daredevil, and I was looking at Elektra's training. She's in a mansion,
Yes.
presumably
Yes.
wooden floors
Yes.
with sand.
Yes.
She's not cleaning any of this.
Nuh-uh. Why
Like
would she?
the housekeepers are cleaning this up.
Yeah, that's what the help is for.
So, but if you think about it, these bags fall at a timing that she's ready for.
Yes.
So there has to be a pulley system in that room, which
Okay.
means there's a rigging system in that room.
Yes.
which means she colored a face onto that sandbag or one of her cleaning people, and then they hoisted it up.
Yes.
So it's 35 seconds. There's 13 sandbags released from the ceiling via a system of timed hoists that work on a remote timer because she's not timing anything.
Of course not.
So, like, this is in her house already because they're rich. He's a
Mhm.
billionaire. But if you think about it, there's hoist timers, electricity, there's like pipe and drape.
Yeah.
And so, like, she knows when they're going to fall and where. So, I really think it's interesting that, like, she wasted a lot of time to have that training rig built because
Yeah, it doesn't really help if you know
no,
where things are going to be and when they're
exactly.
going to fall. It's funny because when I watch it, I had the exact same thought of like when you first watch it and you're younger, you're like, oh, she's a badass. Oh man, look at her, she's really do. And you watch again, you're like, she knows where all those are going to be. This isn't really. It's more of a like practiced kata and like karate than it is for anything else. However, the only thing that I will come back and say
Garner put the work
as
in.
a possibility, oh, absolutely. The only thing I'll say is a possibility to explain it in the movie universe is she had talked to Matt about I trained with a different sensei from when I was 7 years old and
They
blah
would
blah
turn
blah.
you into a
She's
weapon.
probably still training.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
if that's the case, is this room in this mansion dedicated to training? And if this room is dedicated to training and she's still actively training, is there a sandbag sensei that set all this stuff up?
Yes, she has a sandbag. They're
She has a
billionaires.
sandbag sensei.
Yes, she has a sandbag sensei. Absolutely.
There
They're in
you
high
go.
demand.
I
Now,
mean, yes,
here are my assumptions. Money wasn't an issue.
not at all.
Rich. She picked the room because of the size of it. It was probably the only room with enough space to house the sandbag trainer, is what
It
I'm
was the
calling it.
fifth dining room. They
Some
didn't need
people
a fifth
have
dining room.
ellipticals. She has a sandbag trainer. And then since we see nothing along the walls of the room, no counterweights, locking rails, belayed rope lines, like I have to assume that everything was rigged on the ceiling. Trussing would be overkill. There's no trussing that you see.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing whoever installed the sandbag trainer created like a grid of speed rail that was clamped together and attached to the ceiling by steel cables and the studs in the ceiling. That's
Of
what I'm thinking.
course. Yes.
Electricians rigged the individual hoists to one system, which allowed them to work on one remote. Now, since there isn't a scissor lift or ladders in the room, the rig hoist system helps her lower raise the rope on each hoist so she can tie sandbags to them. Like you don't see, there's no, like you would probably need a scissor lift to do this, which means these things are on a hoist that's been made specially for her. Now, there's more bags left hanging after a training session is done. So I think she has different remote settings. So there's like 1, 2, and 3. Like I'm feeling a little rough. I'm gonna go for 3 tonight. I'm
It's
like,
easy, medium, and hard. It's
yeah.
classic video game settings, Mark.
Yes,
It's
there.
easy, medium, and hard, or beginner, normal, and insane, or however else you want to
And
put
so
into it.
she's on insane mode for
Yeah.
this one. Now, like they probably weigh about 10 pounds each. And so the rope is really thin. So they had to get really strong custom thin rope or just found some good stuff. She or a staffer probably fills up the sandbags in a garage or garden and they were carried up to the room. So these sandbags are maybe like they're filled up somewhere else. She's not doing it.
No,
No.
that would be against the point.
Yes. Now, 11 of the 13 sandbags are dropped directly down, and there's zero swing when they land. So the drop has been perfectly timed to prevent bouncing and rope breakage. So think about this, Nathan. You and I have like fishing line, very strong fishing line.
Yes.
We're standing up and we drop a bag of
Yes.
sand. It's going to either explode or just bounce all over the place. These sandbags,
They have to have
perfect.
expert knot tires too. Like we got some Eagle Scouts
Yep.
going in because if that
Eagle
drops,
Scouts are
you need the
tying
best.
these.
Yeah, because you tie that hitch knot wrong and it's just gonna fall out, and then you just got sand on the floor and look like a dumbass.
Exactly. So,
And
like,
then you get fired from the mansion for not doing your job correctly.
why'd you get fired? Well, the sandbag trainer.
Yeah, the
I'm
hip
messing
knot
around
slipped.
here.
It slipped.
I got hired for
Leave.
my knots and they weren't
Yeah.
good enough. Well, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what it was for. I could tie a
Yeah,
boat to a thing, not a sandbag to a
I
rig
didn't know it was gonna
system.
drop from the damn ceiling. Just fill this bag and tie it. Like
Like,
what?
there's
I
no
did it.
bounce.
That was
Like,
all. If it was put in the job description in the in the Craigslist ad that I came across that it needed expert knot tying, I mean, I would have flipped it up to the Shivering Lucy. You can't get out of the Shivering Lucy. That's just
yeah, but they didn't tell me. Like,
you didn't
how do
tell
I
me.
know?
Yeah, I didn't bring my best knot to the party.
And then they wanted me to clean. I'm out of here.
Yeah,
so
I don't clean sand. That just gives me flashbacks.
so I love that nothing breaks. Like nothing breaks.
Yeah,
Like or bounces. They just drop.
yeah.
Now, here's what the sandbag trainer needed. You ready?
Lay it on me.
Slip proof shoes to prevent her from slipping on loose sand.
Oh yeah.
So think about this. You've destroyed 9 out of 11 sandbags. You have by this point 90 pounds of sand, all dry sand too. This isn't wet sand. So
Yeah.
where they're getting this sand from, it's not like they go to Home Depot and get it because that's normally quite juicy because it's out in the elements. So
Mhm.
they are finding very dry sand. So
You know
you
it's sand from Egypt. They had it shipped in
yes,
specially.
yep, there it is, sand from
The
Egypt.
driest of the sand that can ever be found
But like
for this training.
you need slip proof shoes because if you have those weapons and you throw a spin kick on sand, you're going down and maybe stabbing yourself.
Would there be microscopic grating in said wood floor that the sand just falls through to a collection system?
That's permits then in New York. I think with places
He's
that
a billionaire, Mark.
yeah, but
Permits are nothing.
I think
He works for the kingpin. He
yeah,
laughs at permits.
I don't see any. I'm looking at photos of it right now. That's a great question to ask, but I don't see any rig system. It's just a wooden floor. So she could be slipping very easily. She
Oh yeah,
doesn't. Now, she needs one red Sharpie.
Mark. If she slipped, then what was the point of the sandbag sensei? That's rule number one.
Yeah, she's on her fifth one.
Yeah, don't slip on the sand.
That's a pretty good training thing. Just don't slip on the wooden floor, sand,
You
slippery
know,
shoes.
Christian Bale in Batman Begins had the raised poles that he had to find his balance on. You know, Daniel LaRusso and Karate Kid had the beach pole. You know, you got to find your balance on the frozen lake. You know, doing all
Mm-hmm.
that. Elektra in Daredevil 2003 had the driest of loose sand on hardwood floors. That
And
was
she
just
didn't
her
slip.
balance, and she didn't slip.
Beast. So she needed also a Sharpie.
Yes.
She needed a shop vac or a large broom, 130 pounds of sand, 2 clamps on timers that release the sandbags during Electra's training, 290 feet of speed rail to create the grid attached to the ceiling. I came up with this amount because she traveled an estimated 20 feet while training, and the grid needs to cover the width of the room 20 by 30. Because of the swinging, there's 2 swinging bags. So she needs to to figure out how that bag there's those swinging bags take a lot of math, by the way. It's like the sandbag sensei did a good job with those. So you need 290 feet of speed rail because she's traveling 20 feet and you need to have everything be perfect. Then you need a remote timer and a control that's probably in an unseen pelican case in the corner of the room because we don't see it in this. And then 13 hoists that work independently of each other while being on the same remote. So there might be Hank, the tech guy in the next room watching this.
You know, we have the sandbag sensei. We may as well have the physics sifu. You know, that's gonna be there doing everything. You know, why the hell not at this point? Your research and visionary skills are top notch, Mark.
Thank you.
We got Tom Cruise running. We got Jaws and the other mythical horror monsters going across the sea and things like that, and other things you've done. And now I thought you couldn't top yourself. Now we have the every inch of rigging and coil and things needed for the Daredevil fight scene with Elektra and her sandbag sensei. I think you've outdone yourself.
And listen, you made it better with easy, medium, hard. Sandbag Sensei.
And you
Yeah.
know there are three buttons. It's green, yellow, and red. You know that they're there.
Okay, so Wake Me Up Inside
Yes.
is for hard. So if this is 2003 rock songs,
Oh gosh.
so Bring Me to Life is hard. Let's say Seven Nation Army is out at this. Send the Pain Below is medium, and Numb is easy by Linkin Park. What do you think?
I think that's pretty good. Now, were these just that you like brought out of nowhere, or are these on the soundtrack?
Oh no, no, the soundtrack. The soundtrack is crazy. It's dude, Fuel, The Calling, Seether, Finger 11. It's crazy.
You know what? I think that a good one could be, and
Hoobastank,
I'll make the
Moby,
this thing. Uh,
POD. Nappy Roots.
Are you gonna be my girl could be a good easy song too.
Are you gonna
A
do,
one,
do,
two, three,
do?
tell me how's it
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
be
because you look so fine and I really gotta make it by a sandbag.
dun, dun, dun. I feel like that's the
Are
playground
you
song
gonna
too.
be my sandbag girl? It's got a good rhythm to it. She can anticipate where things are going. I think that's a pretty good one.
One, two, three. Tell me how to come with me. Sandbag. Because
Yeah.
you look so
Oh
fine
man,
that I really want to
Hey
make you mine.
Ya was
Sandbag.
2003.
Oh,
You want to
yeah.
do Hey Ya, little Outcast?
Oh,
Hey,
hey, yeah. Sandbag.
sandbag. Yeah, hey, there you go. There you go.
Got my Lucy Lou's
Hey
and baby girl.
Ya.
Sandbag. Sandbag.
Sandbag, 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 sandbag.
How cold is it? Ice. Sandbag. Don't slip. All right, all right, all
Yeah,
right,
every
all
time
right.
she's
All right.
got it, everyone's a punch. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, there you go.
I say now, ladies. Yeah. Sandbag.
In the club could be a good medium.
Dun,
Get a
dun.
little, put it up a little
Find me
bit
in the club.
more.
Sandbag. Bottle full of bub. Sandbag.
There you
I
go.
got what you need. Sandbag.
I think, yeah, these are all good possibilities. These are good.
I love
I mean, the
the.
possibilities are endless. Now, did she fight Hank the electrician in the back for song choice, or did Daddy Nachos just say, "I don't care, choose it for me"?
I think at this point you just shut your mouth. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like she's just like, listen, Evanescence, got it. Like if you're Hank, you're not wrecking her. Her dad died. She wants revenge. You're not picking something for her,
No,
right?
no.
Like
Do
wake
you
me up
think?
before you go. Like
Do you,
you just. What are you feeling tonight? What are you feeling? What are you feeling tonight, Elect
give me
Mrs.
some
Nachos?
wham?
Got it. Wake me up. You know, just
Give me some wham. I
like
need the wham.
she trusts Hank.
Do you
Hank's
think this is the first, and this is just from the movie, do you think this is the first time that she finally felt ready enough to hit that red button? And then camera rolls.
I mean, it's pretty easy. I think the slipping is the hardest part.
It was the most sandbags.
Wait. Hear me out.
Um,
Mario Kart, right?
okay.
It had Mario Kart Wii had 50, what, 100 and 200?
Oh, like the speeds? Yeah,
Yeah.
50, 100,
There's
200.
there's
Yeah.
three of them, like 50, 150, 200,
Yeah.
right? But now Mario Kart Switch has four
Oh, yeah.
different levels. So I think when she needs to turn it up to 11, she hits the red button
Ah.
twice.
You have to push it in a little bit harder to
boop,
get that
boop.
second click.
Yes. Just
When you
she gives it a
yeah,
boop
because
boop.
you go and you just hit it and it gets a little click. But if you're really like, oh god, yeah, you hit it and then you push a little harder and you get that second click.
When she walked in there and went boop boop, Hank was like, "It's on," and he cracked his knuckles real dramatically.
I think
And then the sandbag sensei's like, "She's finally doing it."
I think he hit the play button on the 10 disc changer in the corner and then slowly closed the doors and locked it.
Yes.
Hank's job was done. He threw off his belt, his headphones, tore off his shirt, took his badge, threw it in the garbage, went home. He's like, my work's done here. There's nothing else I can do.
And he walked home shirtless.
Yes.
Hank's a legend.
And you know that as he's exiting the Nachos mansion, he can hear Evanescence in the background because it's filling up the whole room. It's filling up the whole mansion.
That
And
son of a bitch.
if
She
he
did
just
it.
leaves the door open, the front door open, and it just echoes out into
Same
when
man.
when the beat drops, all the dust and everything that's been accumulating inside that front entryway just comes out behind him.
And then when Electra's done, she's like, "Hank, come clean this up."
Hank's gone.
Hank, son of a
No,
bitch.
Hank's gone. But then she
She's
realizes she has bigger fish to fry. She'll find
then
Hank
she
later,
slips.
and then she slips. Yeah, but it's because the sandbag sensei came in at the very last minute and knocked her down. And is like, oh, always have to be watching.
Remember in Home Alone when Daniel Stern or Marv or Harry, I forget which one, when he slips in Home Alone 2 and he's fallen for about 8 minutes and he starts dancing and like he slips on the green goo in Home Alone 2.
Oh my god, yeah.
We need that scene with Electra
Oh god.
on sand.
Who here's the most important thing. I think this is going to be really important uh, in the director's cut of the director's cut, and from what we're doing with all this. Who would you cast as the sandbag sensei?
Okay, so it's '03, right?
So three.
2003. So let's cast Hank and this. So it's
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
all right. So we need a. I mean, oh, gosh, there's Robert Duvall. There's Nick Nolte. There's Christopher Walken. Ooh, Gerard Butler. I kind of like. Oh man, I kind of. I just. Let's see. Martin Lawrence. I
So
know Sam.
here's the most ridiculous thing because he will forever look the
Jason
same. He will
Statham.
ever no, but that's good. Oh, that's Hank. That's I think Jason Statham is Hank. The
Yes.
Wookiee is done.
Yeah.
And
Oi.
and the shirtless will be completely fine with him. He would even lose probably his shoes a la transporter.
Wait.
Somehow he'd be covered in grease
Jackie
coming out.
Chan was big business in 2003.
Yeah, but I think Jackie Chan is expected. And they're
Yeah.
just like, oh, of course, Sandbag Sensei, Jackie Chan. You got to, and it's such a ridiculous concept. We got to go to the bottom of the barrel on this. I think we got to go Steven Seagal. You know, you love it.
Yes. Yes. So you hit the sand. Like
There's,
this
there's,
yeah,
there's
no
no
loud
slipping here.
talking at all.
Yeah, no, it's all whispers. It's his stupid ponytail, goatee or no goatee. He's got to have the goatee and the
No,
and the
no.
dark
Because
sunglasses
sand
all the
gets
time, right?
everywhere. You don't want to go tea. He cleans up for this one.
But Mark, he doesn't fall. What are you talking about? You think the Sandbag Sensei is going to allow sand in his most treasured possessions,
One
aka his
time,
goatee?
one time, I walked the vastness of Daytona Beach. Never slipped. Didn't slip.
Not
I've never,
once.
I've never tripped on a beach. How do you feel? How do you think I did that?
I was I was on Lake Okeechobee. It was frozen. You know what was on it? Sand. You know what was on top of that? Micro machines. You know what was on top of that?
Oil.
Marbles. Did I
A
did I
slip and
fall?
slide.
Don't answer. It's rhetorical. Absolutely. It's got to be Steven Seagal.
I want
Because
this.
then you have the big change between Sandbag Sensei, ridiculous Steven Seagal, and then Hank, Jason Statham, and Elektra in
Wow.
the middle, Jennifer Garner.
Wow. Oh man.
I think we just made this movie better.
Yeah.
But are we falling in? Are we just falling into the hole more and digging ourselves in by adding in more plot to an already plot heavy,
Yeah, but this
not
is
enough time
director's cut of
movie?
the director's
Oh,
cut.
you're right. It's a director. Sandbag Sensei gets 45 minutes.
Yeah. So the sand.
Not even training, just talking.
And there's a fight scene where Electra gets a ton of sand in her hair, and she
Does
fights Bullseye by swinging her hair, and sand gets in his eyes. I
it's
can't
it's
see.
the equivalent of pocket sand from King of the Hill. That I think that's Sandbag Sensei's secret move, pocket sand.
Oh, well,
Pocket
think about
sand.
that. Think about someone's attacking you. You douse them in the face with a hunk of sand.
Yeah. It's not it's gonna get in their eyes. They're gonna get some, they're gonna get some in their mouth. You ever had a big hunk of sand in your mouth? It's disgusting and gross, and all you want to do is get it out. You don't care about anything else in that moment. You just want to spit and get it out. If you close your mouth, you're gonna feel the sand between your teeth and that nasty. I can feel it right now. It's gross. Why'd I
Instead,
do this to myself?
instead of like a smoke bomb, it's a sand bomb, but it just goes in everyone's eyes. Sand bomb. I mean, as a
What's
bomb.
worse, a sand bomb or a glitter bomb? That's tough. I would say sand. Like glitter is going to be annoying, so it's going to be everywhere forever. But like sand will mess you up.
Yeah, get in your eyes. That's
Yeah,
sand's dangerous.
yeah.
You know what you have in your other, like he has a mini bottle of water in his other pocket, so he can do wet sand. He can make mud real quick. Sand. Just have wet sand real quick.
Just in case.
You
That'll
saw
be his signature. When you've encountered the sandbag sensei because he puts a little bit of water and just punches it and then walks away. He's like, oh, we got another case, Simmons. He's back.
that'll be 10.99. He just
That's
goes
that.
in his pocket and pulls out just a handful of sand and dumps
There you
it.
go.
This is what you
Damn it,
learned your
Simmons,
lesson.
he's back.
You learned your lesson today.
He disappeared 15 years ago, but he's
But don't
back.
sell you sandwiches. So yeah, I like that. And then, but you know what I like? He's absolutely pointless, and Hank's the actual one who teaches her.
I mean, yeah, it's through the power of music.
It's like, oi, Electra. Don't stab yourself like you're saying. Don't do push-ups on sand with your size over your eyeballs.
But and you know what? He left without imparting the most important lesson to her. Don't let your opponent get your weapon and stab you in the chest with it.
And like if
She missed the lesson. He didn't impart it
and don't
before he
throw your
quit.
weapon at somebody named Bullseye.
Yeah, from that distance, like that was a long. Like she was there. She was what, like 4 feet, maybe like 10 feet away from Daredevil when she threw it and missed, hit right next to his face, and then decided, oh, I'm gonna hit this guy on
From a
three
quarter
rooftops
mile.
over. Yeah,
Yeah.
come
Like
on now, Elektra.
yeah, that wasn't they left no time for that fight scene.
Yeah.
The pro like you know what though? Garner, Garner's great though. Like I remember I was a big fan of Alias. I think she got jacked up for this movie. She looked the part.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was really bummed when Elektra didn't do well because I'm a fan of hers. And
Mm-hmm.
I think like the problem is, you know what's another problem with this movie? There's the same problem with X-Men Origins. There's so much stillness in this movie. Like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, let's go up to my roof and just stand here and look at each other.
No, it's gonna rain. Just wait. No,
Stand
no,
right there.
seriously, wait for it.
Wait, don't move.
It's coming. Hang on,
Kingpin.
hang on. Let me take my glasses off. Wait.
Just Kingpin doesn't move. Like, there's just so many people who don't move in this movie. And I think
Mm-hmm.
they only had 50 or 60 days to shoot this, which is absurd. So they had to shoot it really fast. They're in New York, which eats up a lot of the budget.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, yeah, there's a lot of just people looking at each other. There's a lot of stillness in this movie. There's a lot of back. It's supposed to be New York, but it's LA. Actually, it was in LA. It wasn't New York. But yeah, it just doesn't. Yeah, it's just so all over the place. And when people fight, like, okay. Case in point, during the fight at Josie's bar in the beginning, he's whooping butt, but then he
Oh yeah.
lands on a fan and sits up there for about 30 seconds. Josie's bar is great and all, but
He had to listen and find where the guy was.
no one's installing that fan that well in
Yeah,
Josie's bar.
it's going to meet the weight for the fan itself, but if you put a 185-pound dude on it, that's not going to stay up there.
Everyone looks at that fan and like one day, just I
And
don't want to
not
sit.
all the fans, just that one.
Yeah, don't put that one on high, please. Medium
It's
max.
gonna come right off.
There's only
Don't
one
do it.
screw in each blade too.
Yeah.
And so you're just like, what? And there's a lot of little things in that kind of took me out of it. And the VFX isn't great, even for the standards of the time. But I mean, I don't care. Bullseye, he throws little paper clips into a guy. So that scene took place in New York. His first introductory scene was at an airport. And then he flies to New York and he wins that motorcycle off of that guy that he beats. It's an English pub. And he beats that guy in a game of darts.
Was that how he got the motorcycle?
Yeah,
Because was that the director's cut that he won the
yeah,
motorcycle?
from that guy.
Okay.
And then he
All
finally
right.
kills him too after the paper clips. But the timing is insane. So he shows up, he steals a motorcycle, he gets into it, he's standing on it, and it's perfect timing for the nachos to pass him. It's just New York traffic is insane, Nathan. You're not
Oh
you've
yeah.
been there.
I've
You're
been there at Comic Con. There's no
you
like, yeah,
can't
if you want to get
plan
five
anything.
blocks in a taxi or an Uber, it's going to be at least 22 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it just it doesn't really make much sense that he gets because it's all just fast. And then
Yeah.
like he meets Electra for a night. He meets her at a coffee shop and she's like, yo, get away from me. What are you blind? He's like, yeah. And then they
Like,
fight on a
that hurts
playground.
me. Can't you see
They
past my glasses and my cane
they
when you
fight
weren't
at
even
a
looking at me?
they fight at a playground and she's like, yo, this guy's got it. And then he takes her to the roof and she's like, yo, you gotta sleep with me. And he's like, all right, I'll let people die. And then the dad dies and she's like, we're done. And he's like, oh. And then she dies. He's like, I'm heartbroken. And also, I'm so tired of morose narration in movies. Like when you watch a post-apocalyptic film, it's like the world is done. They ate everything. The babies are radioactive. We live in a wasteland.
We still have to
There's
eat the
no
babies though, so now
yeah.
we're
So
radioactive.
now we're radioactive. It's like, and then I had
And our
babies, and
favorite
my
song is
babies
Radioactive. That's the only song around anymore. Like a
yeah,
Demolition Man, but Taco Bell.
who'd have thought that who'd have imagined that Imagine Dragons would still be so popular? But so babies are radioactive. We eat the babies. We have babies that are radioactive. They get eaten. It's a vicious
It's a
cycle.
vicious cycle.
But someone goes like, but it's the babies, and the babies are radioactive, and we eat them. But when we eat them, we get radioactive. Then we have babies, and then they get eaten, and they become the people who ate them became radioactive. It's a circle. It's a vicious circle. You're like, I just hate morose narration in post-apocalyptic movies. And so in this one, he's like, I did my best. My dad did his best. We all did our best. When he didn't do his best, he tried to do his best, but
the best wasn't good enough.
But he still tried.
So then I had to be enough.
He
and
wanted to be the best of the
became
best.
my best.
So I became the best of the best of the best of the best one of the best ones. I'm vindicated. I'm dashboard confessional. The best of the best of times, best boy. Just I don't know. What do you think about his morose narration in this?
I think that in most of Affleck's lines, he had the same voice and didn't really have a lot of emotion. When he even in the court scene is like, "Oh, you're lying. Perjury is, that's a bad thing, right?" He's going through. I hope justice finds you before.
Wait, that's the
I do.
greatest
I
line
mean,
ever.
no, not me.
Not me.
Not me.
Him.
The other justice.
He points at a random guy in the court.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, that person that I'm undoubtedly pointing to. But and like I think
that gentleman with the blonde hair. I mean, what?
I guessed. I had a 1 in 4 shot. Am I right? But like
it's good odds.
I think in the
you can win in Vegas.
I'll take it. 25% of the time, you win 100% of the time. That's math. But no, I think
2 + 2 = 4.
The
get to the point, Mr.
The
Murdoch.
park fight thing. The park fight was the only time where he kind of like, oh, I'm having fun now, and we're doing this thing. And the rest of the time, he's like, "You killed my father." Yeah, I was like, oh, God, just calm down, man. Just speak normally.
Yeah, he was bailing before bail.
Yeah, he was practicing for his future Batfleck.
But yeah, he's.
Why'd you say that name? I don't know. He was testing it out. Why not?
And then there's a church fight, and then he kills he tries to kill Bullseye, and what's this movie, Nathan?
Oh yeah, it's a movie. Choices were made, films were filmed, scripts were cut.
When we first
contact lenses were placed, suits were uncomfortable, and sandbags were unjustly ripped across the floor.
Oh man. And just when we first meet Kingpin in the director's cut, he murders 2 of his bodyguards. But just that's the problem though. I think with a lot of what kind of is interesting, I think, with a lot of directors, and so many movies have this. So like simple's not always easy. So when we watch X-Men Origins, there's so much to it. Like there's just so much. Here's him. He's going through all the wars, but then he's fights his brother. Then there's a team put together, but then he's living in the wilderness and he's married, but then she's dead. Wait, she's not dead.
The team kills people, and I don't want to kill people, even though I've helped kill people. I've killed a lot of people. It's the best at I'm the best there is at what I do, and what I do is kill people. But I'm done with that. I'm gonna be a lumberjack.
There's so much to it, and I think with this first Spider-Man, there's one villain, one antagonist. It's very simple. So with a lot of directors, sometimes I just like John Wick. Nothing about it is hard. I watch Wick is pain. I'm not saying these movies are easy to make. I'm just saying Wick, dog dies, I'm going to murder everybody for 4 movies. Incredibly hard to make, but why Mad Max Fury Road? It's there and back again. Why can't you just? Is okay. First and foremost, is Daredevil interesting enough in 2003 to carry a movie without throwing in all these people?
Yes, I would say absolutely, because I absolutely think it is. You just have to do it correctly. You have to give enough points and get the right person. I mean, even if he wrote the same thing again, if you reround time, did everything, did a little, borrowed Hermione's time turner and gave him another shot and showed him, hey, don't do this, and he rewrote it and put like just focused on Kingpin or just focused on Bullseye or something, or even just focused on Elektra. Because the Man Without Fear miniseries went through like Matt meeting Elektra in college and doing all these things and had them having their relationship, and then he found out she was kind of a murderous psychopath, and they went their own ways, and I want to do my law firm, like all this stuff, and then come back together or whatever that could be. You could have introduced the Hand into it with the Elektra plot line and having him try to save her from the Hand. Like there could have been a lot, but you just had to pick one thing and focus on it.
Yeah.
and give the time and give the gravity to everything and not let Matt just murder people and have fun silly backflips in front of school children in parks.
And if you think about it at the time, X-Men was 105 minutes. Spider-Man 2002. Oh, it was 2 hours, but it's Sam Raimi. He can get away with
Yeah,
that. I,
absolutely.
I think at this time, like the Blade movies were short. Uh,
Hmm.
but like I think
And even
they
going
were,
back and looking at the first Blade, like that's a fast movie too. They
yeah,
just
but it
bam, bam, jump
rules.
around, but
But it
it's
one
all connected and it fits, and they give the story beats that it needs, and changing the tones and going through, and it's good. It's great. Like it's interesting to go back and watch Blade after all these different movies came out and how
still
well
rocks.
it's still. Oh, absolutely.
The movie
Oh, it's still
rules.
great. It's awesome.
But yeah, we are. What else do we have about Daredevil? I mean, I put a lot of work into this, but it all comes down to a director who loved Daredevil and just wrote a script with way too much in it, shot a lot naively, and then had to hack everything down into bits.
Well, and then you had your lead star in Affleck being uncomfortable in the suit and the contacts and everything else, and
Yeah, and then he
you
complained
know,
about it.
complained about saying I'm never doing this again, blah blah blah, and never playing another superhero again. Lie
Mhm.
detector determined that was a lie. But no, it's yeah, it's it. I think some of the stuff was stacked against him that he couldn't have planned for, the discomfort and other things going on, the studio saying, hey, you got to cut this massive chunk out, but he also kind of set himself up for getting into a predicament to begin with.
Yeah, but I would have liked to have seen another one with this cast. You?
I think you mean like if they did a sequel and
Yeah.
Bullseye was out of his body cast and Kingpin was in Rikers trying to hold it down, that he wasn't beaten by a blind man, and
Evanescence does wake me up inside again.
Evanescence
Reawake. Oh wait, what did I say? Evanescence does reawake me up inside.
reawake all of me up in the furthest of my depths inside my body. The
Wake me.
abridged
Wait,
version.
wait. Reawake me up
No,
inside into the
we've
further
been singing.
depths
We've
of
been
my
singing way
body.
too much in this episode already. I think we're done.
I'm just
I,
trying to
I
figure
think
out how to fit that into a chorus.
I think that it could be. I think that John Favreau as Foggy could have done a lot more and could have been the humorous aspect, and that's all you needed for kind of the comic relief. You
Mhm.
didn't need Bullseye coming in, oh, what a costume, or like any of those things coming on. Foggy could have been that comic relief. You could have done a story with Ben Urich going in, exposing other things and other villains that are going on. You could have done the Owl. You could have done Mr. Fear or something else, and maybe Kingpin had something going on in Rikers that he was behind the scenes. Colin Farrell as Bullseye could have come back in said costume at some point at the end to set up the trilogy. So I think it could have played on certain things, but as long as it just chose like, here's what this movie is going to be about and introduce a couple other elements from this first one, I think it could have been better, because I think that there
What
could
is
have
this
been
movie about?
definite learning. The Sandbag Sensei, based on this podcast, that's what it's about. The movie is
No,
about,
seriously, like what's the takeaway?
you know what? That's a great question.
And my hands are like Favreau's when he's touching the
I know,
gargoyle's boobs.
it's funny. It should, like, honestly, looking at it, it was for how they did this. Matt was motivated by vengeance. And then by the end of it, it was more so that he switched from vengeance to justice because he didn't want to be the bad guy, which isn't a great motivation just with that statement alone,
I mean,
because
you've
he
murdered.
runs a law office. But yeah, and you just straight up murdered people, dude. You kind of are the bad guy. So, but a kid saw him. So, that changes it. I don't know. Maybe that's a takeaway. Be as bad as you want to, just not in front of children.
Yeah,
Is
there
that
it
it?
is. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
we did
Murder
it.
whoever you want, break someone's nose and all their limbs, just not in front of their kids or other kids. Is that it?
Yep, that's it. We did it.
Okay. Yay.
Nathan,
High five.
where can people find you?
Oh God, I used to
Behind
be
you.
on the Twitters and things. I'm on the Instas a little bit. If you want to play Fortnite or other games, it's honorary GL. If you go to any of the touring GalaxyCon shows, you may see me telling adult children no and managing lines and being yelled in the face, and people threatening their lawyers on me. I'll be in a staff shirt, and a beard, and probably a fancy hat.
I like it. Good hats. Has a good hat game.
Good hat game.
But yeah, this was fun. I like this.
It was fun with what we were able to add and the total nonsense we brought to one scene.
You know what's crazy though? For the amount of research I did going in, as soon as we sat down to talk about this, like, there's nothing here.
Yeah, I
Because
mean there are things that were said and have been said, and then but there's not a whole lot to expound upon. Like it
nothing.
was mistakes were made. They're very clearly defined. There was source material that they tried to take from, but didn't necessarily hit the main factors on. It was a great cast. There were good beats and good moments, and also some really ridiculous ones. And it was too much. It was too much to try to pack into the time frame that was given.
Nailed it. You crushed it, man. This was awesome.
Booyah. And I didn't even need radioactive senses to do it.
Or
In your
radioactive
face,
babies.
or radioactive babies in your face, Matt Murdock. It is astoundingly awesome. Like, because there are like my favorite, like Daredevil's one of my favorites. We could talk about Ghost Rider next because I didn't know that the dude directed Ghost Rider
I
too.
don't know about
It was
that
also
one,
one of my
man.
favorites. Moon Knight was my favorite.
Oh, Moon Knight
Iron
rules.
Fist is my favorite, and all of my favorites are just getting like pooed on, just like crap thrown all at them. Now Daredevil, Charlie Cox, and
Oh, that show
they
rules.
it's the
Elodie Young,
amazing,
Bullseye, Karen,
amazing.
Foggy.
I loved Reborn. I thought it was great. I know that might be controversial. We could talk about that later in another episode, but it's been awesome, and there was the redemption there. Moon Knight was fantastic. Iron Fist was Iron Fist.
Moon Knight rules.
I'm not even going to talk about the Inhumans. Ugh. But anyways, it's yeah, for it seems like the characters that I'm fans of don't get a good treatment on the first ride out for the most part. So when I see something that does live up to that stuff, oh, I feel so good. But yeah, I feel like there's a universal vendetta against me for all my favorite characters. Juggernaut again.
Yeah,
Love
Galactus.
my some Juggernaut. The Cloud Lactus. Which is why I'm so terrified about Beta Ray Bill showing up in the MCU at some point. They better do my Space Horse well, or I'm gonna burn it to the ground.
Oh man.
We're getting off topic now, Mark.
Nathan,
I'm gonna talk about all this comic book stuff,
you're a
and people are
great
gonna get
man.
bored. Oh no, you are.
No, you are.
No, you are.
You're the best of the
I'm
best of the
gonna, you know
best.
what? I'm gonna make you a Braille necklace saying you're the best, and I'm gonna leave it on a pipe, at the top of the city for you.
I'm gonna one up you.
Oh,
Mine's gonna be a better, like a little bit higher than yours, and then go,
oh,
you're better.
okay. Well, if I hear it clinging from a distance like a wind chime and know that it's still there, I'm like, why didn't he go get it yet? And I see yours, then I'm going to skywrite you in Braille.
Oh, see what Nathan wrote? How'd you
Yeah,
read that, Mark?
yeah, exactly.
Uh,
There you go.
fall,
So the whole city can see it in your face.
greenhouse gases. Oh, okay.
I mean, no, I'm blind.
Oh, Hank told me.
Yeah,
Boy,
yeah.
no, I didn't.
And then Hank is back. Will Hank and the Sandbag Sensei come back? Will we see them in
Yes.
this before? Yes. Okay, good. They're
Yeah.
at Electra's funeral.
Daredevil 2, Sandbag Sensei. Because
Yeah,
he
I
knows
love
all
it.
her tricks.
Well, but no, she knows all of his tricks, but he doesn't know all of her tricks.
You know, it'd be amazing. Daredevil hunts the Sandbag Sensei in the beginning of Daredevil 2, and he's just really easy to find.
I
Where'd
mean,
he
yeah,
go?
he's on the beach.
Follow the sand.
He's on the beach.
But we're in Daytona. Just follow it.
Got him. And then he's gonna have the interaction in the courtroom when Sandbag Sensei's on trial, and the guys that have been chasing Sandbag Sensei for like 15 years are like, we never followed the sand. Why didn't we just follow the sand?
The Sandbag
Get out of here,
Sensei
you
hired the Clean Bandit.
get out of here, you disgust me. Exactly. There we go. Now we're just opening our own the SSU.
The Clean Bandit.
We got our own universe, the
They
SSU.
broke up. He was easy to find. Like, they
Exactly.
split up.
Oh my God, look at what we do. We try to wrap it up, and then we start talking about necklaces and one-upping and skywriting, and then we're back to Sandbag Sensei. This is
Oh, is that what
just
he wrote?
we're off the rails. You think Hank's gonna see it and know exactly what I'm talking about?
That son of a bitch.
That son of a bitch.
All right, Nathan. Have a good night, man.
You too, man. We'll talk to you later, bud.
All right. So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for Nathan LaHaye, Smooth Souls of Flicks. We'll see you next week.